Welcome back to another episode of Current Affairs MCQs. Staying updated with current affairs is essential for success in any competitive exam. Let's discuss today's questions on recent happenings around the world. Consider the following statements with reference to Middle East Europe Economic Corridor, IMEC. 1. The IMEC was announced during the G20 summit held in New Delhi in 2023 to stimulate economic development between Asia, the Arabian Gulf, and Europe. 2. The IMEC comprises two corridors, India Gulf and Gulf Europe. 3. The western leg links India to Haifa via UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan using sea and high-speed rail. Which of the above statements is correct? A. I and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. I and 3 only. D. I, 2 and 3. Answer A. The India-Middle East Europe Economic Corridor, IMEC, was announced during the G20 summit held in New Delhi in 2023 to stimulate economic development through enhanced connectivity and economic integration between Asia, the Arabian Gulf, and Europe. The IMEC comprises two corridors, India Gulf and Gulf Europe. Its eastern leg will carry container traffic from India's western ports to the UAE, from where high-speed freight railway will carry goods across the Arabian Peninsula, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, up till the port of Haifa in Israel. The second leg will see cargo being shipped from Haifa to ports in Greece and Italy, from where Europe's well-established train networks will take goods to their final destinations across the continent. Therefore, only statement 3 is incorrect. Consider the following statements. 1. eShram registrations are meant for unorganized workers, and EPFO registrations largely cover formal employment. 2. Cash transfers planned by any unit of the government can be routed through the UAN, Universal Account Number, of the EPFO. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. I only. B. 2 only. C. Both I and 2. D. Neither I nor 2. Answer C. eShram is a government portal created to register unorganized sector workers, like construction workers, street vendors, domestic helpers, etc., who usually lack formal job contracts or social security. EPFO, Employees Provident Fund Organization, on the other hand, is for workers in the formal sector with salaried jobs where employers contribute to a provident fund for retirement savings. Our collective resolve to be Viksit Bharat by 2047 depends upon several factors. One of them is financial security in old age. Cash transfers planned by any unit of the government can be routed through the UAN of the EPFO. A certain percentage of such transfers can be used for provident fund, pension and insurance. Therefore, both the statements are correct.